Good evening, everybody. Congress Working Committee had a 5-hour-long meeting to discuss about the election results of last 5 state assembly elections. General Secretary and in charge of the election held state had reported to the working committee about the election results and entire electioneering process. After that, Congress working committee members, including all the senior leaders, openly participated in the discussion to analyze the results. It was a sincere discussion, very fruitful discussion happened in the working committee, and working committee unanimously accepted a statement which I am going to read out. The recent assembly election results of 5 states are a cause of serious concern for the Indian National Congress. The party accepts that due to shortcomings in our strategy, we could not effectively expose the misrule of BJP state governments in 4 states and overcome the anti-incumbency in the state of Punjab in the short time after effecting a change of leadership. Congress party represents the hope of millions of Indians against political authoritarianism prevailing in the country today, and the party is fully conscious of its immense responsibility. The CWC expresses its gratitude to millions of Congress workers and leaders across the 5 states who work tirelessly for the party and its candidates. While humbling accepting the electoral verdict of the latest round of assembly elections, the Congress party assures its workers and the people of India that it will continue to remain a vigilant and vibrant opposition. Congress party will fully prepare to face the electoral challenges in the election-going states in 2022 and 2023, as well as in the Lok Sabha election 2024. CWC unanimously reaffirms its faith in the leadership of Srimati Sonia Gandhi and requests the Congress President to lead from the front, address the organizational weakness, effect necessary and comprehensive organizational changes in order to take on the political challenges. And CWC also decided to have a detailed deliberation of the party strategy and way forward in the upcoming elections in 2022, 23 and 24. A Chindan Shivir of the senior leaders will be held immediately after the current parliament session. Before the Chindan Shivir, the CWC will meet once again to discuss the matters to be taken up in the meeting, including the organizational changes and the strategies. Honorable Congress President will immediately take up the immediate correction measures to revamp and re-strengthen the organization. This is what we decided today's working committee.
Lots of deliberations took place in the Congress Working Committee in a free and frank fashion. Congress Working Committee deliberations and every single sentence spoken by every honorable member of the CWC is not open to media and outside friends. The conclusion of the deliberations of the Congress Working Committee have been read out to you by the Honorable General Secretary Organization, Shri K.C. Venugopal, Hindi version of which I read out for you. One thing every single member of the Congress party was unanimous upon, that only and only they have absolute faith in the leadership of Shrimati Sonia Gandhi, and Sonia Gandhi ji shall continue to lead us until the conclusion of the organizational elections, and there cannot be a whisper otherwise on any such front of leadership. Ma'am, you wanted to ask something. I'll come to you after.
5 hours of deliberations on the poll debacle. I just wanted to know broadly what were the points that were pinpointed for the reason behind the loss of the party, as you yourself admitted that you were unable to dislodge the BJP despite anti-incumbency. If you could give us few points.
Ma'am, a comprehensive report was submitted by each of the in charges of the 5 election going states. Whether it was Shri Harish Chaudhary for Punjab, and then Shri Ajay Makhan, who was chairman of the screening committee in Punjab, whether it was Shri Devendra Yadav in charge of Uttarakhand, or Shri Harish Rawat, who is a former chief minister and chairman of the campaign committee in Uttarakhand, whether it is Shri Dinesh Gundu Rao in charge of Goa, and Shri P. Chidambaram, who is a senior observer for Goa, whether it is Shri Bhakta Charan Das, who is in charge of Manipur, and Shri Jairam Ramesh, who is a senior observer for Manipur, whether it is Srimati Priyanka Gandhi Vadraji, who is in charge General Secretary for State of Uttar Pradesh, and of course, the many former in charges, and Shri Bhupesh Baghel, I'm sorry, I stand corrected, senior observer for Uttar Pradesh. So each one of them presented their reports to the Congress Working Committee, gave out detailed reasons of what they felt were the pluses and the minuses for the party. Also gave out detailed reasoning of what, according to them, as also according to the senior observer of the party in the respective state, went wrong, where does the party need to be strengthened, what is it that needs to be set right, and what, according to them, should be the course corrections for the future in those particular states. Many former general secretaries, for example, the former general secretary in charge of UP, Shri Ghulam Nabi Azad, Shri Digvijay Singh, many of them also chipped in with their suggestions, also gave out their own experiences of when they had failed in those respective states. So it was a healthy, free and frank discussion. Thank you. Okay, last question.
Any immediate changes that have been suggested by the CWC to be initiated, in the wake of
Already that is
I
that is
think
in the
let me point out what the Honorable General Secretary organization read. If I draw your attention, and since you don't have the statement in front of you, and it reads, I reiterate the last para. The CWC unanimously reaffirms its faith in the leadership of Shrimati Sonia Gandhi and requests the Congress President to lead from the front, address the organizational weaknesses, affect necessary and comprehensive organizational changes in order to take on the political challenge.
Okay.
Thank you. So grateful and apologize for keeping you guys waiting for long.
Thank you.
GSO will now take you for lunch one day.